In the autumn of 2002, the metropolitan areas of Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia were plunged into an unprecedented state of fear by the D.C. sniper. The attacks appeared random and ceaseless, making everyday activities like pumping gas, walking to work, or even taking children to school fraught with anxiety. The uncertainty of who would be the next victim and from where the shot would come caused widespread panic across the entire region. The perpetrators behind this terror were John Allen Muhammad, a U.S. Army veteran, and his young accomplice, Lee Boyd Malvo. Their true motivations appeared complex and twisted, involving a $10 million extortion plot and Muhammad's delusional belief in establishing a subterranean secret society. The attacks formally began on October 2nd, 2002, with a series of shootings that killed and wounded individuals across the D.C. suburbs in Maryland and Virginia. The first victim was James Martin, 55, shot while walking across a parking lot in Silver Spring, Maryland. Within the next 24 hours, 5 more people were killed and 1 injured in nearby areas. The frequency and randomness initially led some to believe there were multiple killers, but police soon began connecting the incidents to a single weapon, a Bushmaster .223 caliber rifle. The sniper's method was systematic and cunning. They used a modified blue Chevrolet Caprice sedan with a hole drilled in the trunk, allowing Muhammad to lie prone and fire through the opening from a distance without being seen. This made pinpointing the origin of the shots incredibly difficult. For each attack, they chose different locations, gas stations, shopping mall parking lots, or even outside schools. After firing, they would quickly drive away, leaving little trace, which made their pursuit incredibly challenging. Their victims came from diverse backgrounds, varying in gender, race, and age, underscoring the seemingly arbitrary nature of their selection. Despite immense public pressure, police were initially unable to identify the culprits. As the victim count mounted, fear quickly permeated the entire region. People began living in heightened vigilance. Some resorted to zigzagging when crossing parking lots or using tarpaulins to shield themselves while pumping gas. Many schools went on lockdown and canceled outdoor activities. The normally bustling metropolitan area seemed to be shrouded in an atmosphere of paranoia. Midway through their spree, the snipers began leaving handwritten notes at some of the murder scenes. These letters taunted the police, boasted of their ability to evade capture, and demanded a $10 million ransom. They even threatened to target children if their demands were not met. These messages further complicated the investigation and intensified the strain on law enforcement and the public. The investigation became one of the largest and most intense national manhunts in history. The FBI and law enforcement agencies from various states collaborated to identify the killers. Numerous tips poured in from the public, but many led to dead ends. A critical turning point in the case occurred on October 17, 2002, when the sniper shot and killed Kenneth Bridges, 53, at a gas station in Virginia. Just hours later, a crucial phone call came into police operations from a man claiming to be the sniper, providing some key details about past attacks and even mentioning a specific murder in Montgomery, Alabama, which helped link Muhammad to other crimes. These connections eventually allowed authorities to identify their suspects. A crucial tip came from law enforcement in the state of Washington, linking Muhammad to a modified blue Chevrolet Caprice and to Lee Boyd Malvo, who had previously traveled with him. Police also discovered Muhammad's history of precision marksmanship training in the military. Finally, on the morning of October 24, 2002, John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo were apprehended while sleeping in their modified Chevrolet Caprice van at a rest stop in Frederick County, Maryland. The arrest was swift and without resistance. Inside the vehicle, authorities found the Bushmaster .223 caliber rifle used in the attacks. Ultimately, prosecutors charged and tried John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo on multiple counts of murder. Muhammad was convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death in Virginia. He was executed by lethal injection on November 10, 2009. Malvo, who was a juvenile at the time of the crimes, was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The DC sniper attacks resulted in 10 deaths and 3 critical injuries. These attacks exposed vulnerabilities in public safety and prompted significant changes in how law enforcement responds to serial killings and widespread threats. The case remains a chilling reminder of how a few individuals can inflict widespread fear and disrupt the daily lives of an entire major metropolitan community.